the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you have to do, make it last. Wait for the
Oh, it's over. It's a Wrestling Mayhem Show.
That was quick.
Episode 961 Tuesdays. We're going to talk about professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron in the Hampton Inn in Adrian, Michigan. Right now, we're out here for another lively event. And it will be live as well this weekend, actually. We'll be up the Michigan Speedway with the production team and a lot of our friends, and maybe one wrestler with our friends at Formula SAEEV. But that is not here for nor there. We talk more about that on the Awesome Cast this evening, so go check that out. And I swear I'm going to fix the audio with it because I got the AC running in the background because we are mobile. I'm on AirPods. I'm having a cough, and I have a lizard on my shoulder. But first, we do have with us from the Rizz Cave, and is going to help holding things down while I'm gone at RWA and 8A this week. Go, Rizz.
Yeah, we're going to try to do this again.
What do you have on your shoulder? What is that guy?
I have a
It's a little turtle.
I have a little turtle.
God, a little turtle.
Jeez.
Look at, oh no, he fell. Oh, turtle down. Turtle down. Oh no, turtle down.
He's right here. He's right here. He's fine.
This is why we don't work with animals on podcasts.
Right here. It's right here.
It's everybody's safe.
They're fine.
Everything's going to be okay, guys. Oh no. Rizz, who do we have with us today?
We have the true Prince of Pro, Depop.
Hey, so I didn't get the memo that we were bringing animals to the podcast.
Green animals.
I don't know.
Had
why
I
you
known, I
haven't
would
seen
have
this
looked for
trend.
something.
That's
Listen,
fine.
Matt. You are on top of trends. You're always there at the forefront of things. I don't know how you saw the lizard craze coming this week, and it was like a big. It's like the big green wave, if you will. Matt.
Yeah.
But no, we did not send the memo out. So,
It just happened.
it did just happen. I mean, it just kind of happened on a lot of fronts. So, no, I got it. It's Francesca, isn't it? Is that the name of his lizard? Mr. Iguana's lizard?
I have no idea what the lizard's name is.
It's a cool little lizard thing. We've been talking the last few weeks, and somebody posted in the Mayhem group about you better buy one before they're $100 on WWE Shop. This is just a lizard that is it's an iguana, and it's a puppet. Just like he has, and I'm pretty sure it is the same one to my knowledge.
It's the same puppet. It looks like
It is the
It
same
looks
puppet.
exactly the same.
It was like the post that was shared. It was going for $40. I found it for about $26, and I think it's gone up a few bucks since I purchased it. So it is.
Wonder why.
Folk Menace Puppets, Iguana Puppet, and there's some fun facts about it in here. I know this is not typically the show for this. Iguanas are a large and diverse family of lizards, mostly found in the New World. Who calls it
New World Order?
Okay, and iguanas love to bask in the sun and can withstand high temperatures without suffering. Should have brought it out on Baja. Baby iguanas often emerge together in a nest and remain in social groups even after they mature.
You're
And
moving the
throughout the
mouth
tropics,
while
iguana
you
populations,
talk.
we're educational on this show, have been depleted due to overhunting, capturing, and pet market and destruction of their rainforest habitat. So there you go. The true lesson here is don't get an iguana. Don't get a pet iguana. Get a puppet iguana. They last longer. You don't have to feed it.
Bobby F. J-Town would love this show.
By the way,
wrestler.
the same company makes his turtle puppet.
Yep.
That he.
Wait, did you ask him?
No. It was on the same page.
Oh.
I'm just like, that's Bobby's puppet. The one that Jeff Cobb loved.
Mm-hmm. The one that
Chris LaRosso kicked.
Yeah, that's right.
No. Nope. I have no idea what's going on in the chat room because my phone is. So let me know if anything's going on there. Oh, I found the chat room. Nope, that's me. Let me know if there's anything in the chat, Rizz, if you're able to, because I have.
Am I able to, Sorg?
I don't know.
Am I still able to?
I don't know. Rizz has been banned as of WrestleMania. He got banned for the Wrestling Mayhem Show chat groups for some reason. Apparently, for what was it? For
I was like,
what was the list? What was it listed as? It was like asking, promising financial gain somehow.
And I was just asking about Gunther's return, or no, Rusev's return. That's all I was doing.
Yeah,
all of a sudden, I was like,
apparently Rusev's return on investment, it would seem. So either way, here we are. We got a puppet, and this show has been missing puppets, and I'm glad we have a reason for it. Mr. Iguana is still the news. Mr. Iguana may have some heat. Mr. Iguana said that he may be signed and going straight to the main roster, and Mr. Iguana may have had a call from HR. Listen, I understand, like it's a different culture. Like, I've had discussions with a friend of the show about that before, about working down there for his up here, and I think Mr. Iguana did not get the memo about how WWE works. But and obviously it's fast track based on that reaction, because Mr. Iguana is a internet sensation now, and we're all buying puppet iguanas. So I'd say
to be fair, he got to be best friends with Shawn Michaels and Joe Hendry in the last week. So yeah.
Mr. Iguana is doing very well right now. Yeah. So, but yes, and still the question: is he an iguana, or does he think he's an iguana? I can't wait for Corey Graves to try to figure that out. So, well, actually, I guess he kind of was already. So, a lot of Mexican wrestling news this week, and now we're all focused on it. It's kind of the hot thing right now after the Worlds Collide show. Matt, you watched a little bit of the TripleMania stuff. I know you said they were putting some of the stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, there was, from what I saw, it was like 2 hours, and it was just the 3 matches of the X Division title match, the 4-way tag title match, and then the main event for the AAA Mega Championship. And the biggest news out of all of that is Angel and Berto of Legado del Fantasma are now the AAA champions. They won the tag titles in a great 4-way match.
Nice.
So definitely recommend anyone check that out. The X Division was pretty good, but that main event, that cage match, was like the most chaotic thing I've ever seen. Peak Lucha of like, oh yeah, let's have 15 runs in a cage match. So...
And I'm waiting for the general, wrestling population to kind of get in and be like, oh, this is like bad wrestling, et cetera, et cetera. This doesn't make any sense.
Oh, I had a great time watching it.
I know, but this is
all the chaos.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It's gonna be goofy. It's not gonna make sense. It's gonna look like dance moves. All those kinds of things. I know Jim Cornette's probably already saying on his podcast, allegedly. So. And I do not hate every opinion that Cornette has, but obviously the internet fandom now has a focus on it, and we're going to hear all this crap about it, right? So, but in the meantime, like I love it because it is so different, and I'm really hoping. So you said they got the I'm hoping they're showing up on SmackDown with those championships, much like IWGP belts popping up on AEW and TNA back in the day, right?
Yeah, I hope so, because the way they present them, like when you watched Worlds Collide and how they present them there, it's the same way of like Legado del Fantasma feels like bigger stars, which they haven't felt like in a long time. So I hope, especially with what's been going on with the tag division on SmackDown, how everyone's like trying to fight the Wyatt Six. If like they come in and they're like, oh, we have our own belts, like they'd feel bigger in that situation too.
Could you imagine the Wyatt Six going to AAA for some wild reason? I mean, there's so many doors have been opened. The less forbidden door has been opened now, right?
It's not a door.
It's so much fun. It's more like it's
a hallway now.
It's a hallway. It's a beaded curtain. It's a forbidden beaded curtain or something, right? it's fun. It's fun. We get to have, and again, they bought it, and you can debate about like whether that was a great thing for wrestling as a whole, or for Mexican wrestling as a whole. But in the meantime, we are getting WB just opened that. Hey, how do we get that excitement that AEW is getting with all the international championships? Now they can do that, right? Vikingo just showed up and did a mega championship with Chad Gable. These guys have the belts now, and they can pop over to TNA and defend the AAA championships, I guess, maybe at some point, because apparently that's a thing we can do now. And also does anybody remember TNA's had a deal with AAA for a couple years now? So like this is this plays into everything, right? I feel like TNA is at this point. This is an old conversation, I suppose, but TNA is at this point. Like, remember when ECW? And I missed it. But ECW for a while was just showing up on Raw, right? And there was like a feud, and there was. But
this
agreement.
is different than that. This is
with TNA.
You see, with TNA, because you have, I guess Lawler did go to TNA, did go to ECW at one point too.
He did.
But like during that time, you wouldn't see like, let's say, a Triple H win a ECW championship or something like that. You would see like ECW guys team with a Jerry Lawler to face ECW people. Like you wouldn't see WB stars going there to wrestle. You would see them cut promos on how ECW makes professional wrestling looks, even though in that time the Attitude Era was kind of stealing most of their stuff.
Yeah, and even like back then, they weren't even like fully advertised like that. Like Al Snow was in WWE and he went to ECW, but they weren't like, oh, this is WWE's Al Snow. It was just like, oh, he got to create his own character now. Now we watch TNA and it's just like NXT this, NXT that. They're like forcibly like showing you like, oh, this is important, this is big.
But it is, and it is happening on NXT talking about TNA too, doesn't it? So like it's like a nice. I mean, they don't mention hey, go over to Access or anything because CW wouldn't like that. But there's a little bit of that situation going on. But no, I think it's but again, like we're talking about it. We're on a podcast talking about it. We're not talking about being shitty about it. Like it's got the buzz. And we're really excited for it and everything, right? So, but yeah, no, I think it's really cool what we're doing there. And kind of lean into that, and then, remember, we also do have, AEW has their own, and obviously WWE, announced a super show that's going to happen. So it's non-televised, they're just doing house shows, which they do very rarely. I think they're doing some in Texas I was seeing, but there's not much happening unless it's like something around an international market. Otherwise, they've really kind of tamped down on it. But obviously AEW still has a CMLL. A friend of the show, Lady Frost, is still doing a lot of stuff with CMLL, and then popping up back at AEW. They have that kind of running thing, which is great. You're not being used on TV up here. Go down there for a while. They're still working. They're still doing some cool stuff, right? So in the meantime, they have. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you see like, how AEW has that working relationship with a New Japan? Do you see somewhere down the line? I think there were talks about it where
there's always talks
about not New Japan, but like All Japan, or something other than like not New Japan, but because New Japan's obviously going with AEW for some time. You see, like,
haven't they been doing stuff with like Pro Wrestling Noah sometimes?
I think they have, because I think
that one guy's down in NXT.
Yeah,
it's teaming with Josh Briggs, and Omos was there for a bit.
Omos was there as well.
So WWE's like thrown in with Noah, obviously, right?
So we just have a nice little, grouping going on here.
You are like people are kind of internationally picking sides, which makes it even more interesting, right? So on AEW side, they're actually going to do a show from Mexico, something that WWE has not done yet, right? So I'm really interested to see how this looks. Obviously, they've done one from, I think this is going to be live, because obviously the Australian one was not. 5:30 Central Time is the ticket time on this one. They have 5 matches announced for this. I believe this is just going to be a Dynamite. I know they've done 4-hour shows the last couple weeks, and I think this is just maybe their taping collision on this one. But I think there might be a show this weekend. So Mercedes Moné and I can't make this go bigger. Zeus, she's the CMLL World Women's Champion. That's going to be part 2.5 hour event, they're calling it, by the way. I'm sure there's going to be much more on the show than what's announced here on their page. So that's going to be a big one.
Tina's saying it's a 2.5 hour Dynamite.
Yes. Big holy crap. God, how many people? 12-person tag match is going to happen.
That seems about right.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah, that
like
seems
Adam
about
Cole,
right up
FTR,
there.
Josh Alexander, Hechicero, Protoshita. Protoshita. Oh, that's Takesha and oh God, what's his name?
Kyle Fletcher.
Thank you. Cole King, Garcia, Bandito, Templaro, Aladdis Jr., MJF and Mystico. Obviously, they've been building to that. I love Super America MJF. He's such an asshole, and I just love it. So, and we also got Death Riders, Young Bucks against the Osprey and Swerve Strickland. That has nothing to do with Mexico. Okay, moving on. But it's part of what's going on. Mascara Dorado, Ricochet, Hologram, Leo Rush in a 4-way, it looks like. So there's fun stuff. I love when they bring, they have been doing so much with the luchadors when it comes to like Ring of Honor and stuff, and it's always a lot of fun. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see what the fan base looks like there. I think they're in Arena Mexico, aren't they, on this thing? Let me see if I can find that again. I think it is Arena Mexico.
I think so.
I think you're right.
So Mexico City, Arena Mexico, yeah. So I mean, they're in the Madison Square Garden of freaking of Mexico. So to my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but yeah, that's incredible and that's cool and cool. I think it's cool to have the focus on there on Mexican wrestling right now, even with stuff going on here in this country. I think that's a pretty cool deal. By the way, this thing sits really well on the shoulder.
That's why he kicks it up. That's why he kicks it up from the floor.
Works so well. I walked into the hotel with this thing, just, like walking around. Well, actually, we attached it to my backpack. Katie did, and I was like, yeah, I'll go with it and see if he stays. But yeah, he sits really well. It's good weight to it, and relatively. I just want to be able to do that kick up thing that he does, like pop it up on the shoulder.
Pretty sure that's pretty easy though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, they maybe played soccer or something. Maybe. Oh, he's like a Taekwondo guy or judo or something like that. He was listed as. So, he knows how to do that kind of stuff. Let's just put it that way, better than I can. My uncoordinated ass. Anywho,
and Arena Mexico is the Wrestling 4 Pillars from Tina Keys.
Okay, as in that
locations:
Madison Square Garden, Tokyo Dome, and what would be the fourth that's escaping me right now? Washington Hall. Got it.
ECW Arena. No.
ECW Arena is one of the pillars? Okay.
No.
It could be.
Let's see. Wrestling's 4 pillars. You know what? Let's just go here. Oh, nope. That's just telling me it's Misawa, Kawada, Kobashi, and Tao. That's definitely not
I
them.
thought it was Sammy Guevara. 6 of the most iconic venues in wrestling is this one article, which is MSG 2300, Dallas Sportatorium, Tokyo Dome, Thunderdome. What?
The Thunderdome?
What the hell?
The WB Thunderdome?
I disqualified this article. I'm not even going to say what website it was. That's what you get. That is what you get. Matt, did you say that you watched? You said you watched like the cage match and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, you said it was like a run-in palooza.
Oh, it was very confusing as someone who hasn't been following the story, because I guess there's like a backlash with like how WWE's coming in to take over. So like
Okay.
people in Mexico seem to be rejecting Vikingo now, because like they were booing him and cheering Del Rio.
Oh no!
But then it was like weird because it was like Del Rio's with JBL, El Macias, like this whole heel faction, and like everyone's still booing JBL because he's doing his whole like, oh, you can't cross the border type stuff. And then
Oh my gosh!
Del Rio like does a move and they're like, yeah, Del Rio. And it's very confusing. But then it's like run-in after run-in, and like Octagon Jr. came out with like a little fire extinguisher, climbed the cage and tried to blind Del Rio with it. And then one of Del Rio's family members hopped the rail and got him off of there. It was so weird because he like got Octagon Jr. down, came in to help Del Rio, and then like picked him up and tried to carry him up the cage.
Mhm.
And he's like, okay, I'm gonna help you win. So he's doing that. Laredo Kid came out, knocked them down, did a dive off the cage. And then it still went on for like 5 more minutes after all this. After like every run-in was exhausted. They're like, no, we still gotta do more stuff. They did a table bump off the cage.
And is this still Spanish language that you're watching here?
Yes.
Oh,
So I
there's
had no clue who was on what team.
So there's no chance of like catching up unless you did very well in school or
Yeah.
Duolingo.
Also,
and-
Latin Lover came out with Sling On because they attacked him at a press conference. So I saw that online. He
Is this
came
the
out.
same- is this the same Latin Lover that was on the 1994 Royal Rumble?
I assume
I
so.
think it is. I think it is
Yeah.
actually because they were
But yeah.
doing, they did a package on AAA about him, and like I seem to recall him from early things, like more and more WCW.
I remember like going. I'm sorry, going off a tangent here, but I remember going into a Rumble watch party
Mhm.
with our friend Lunchbox. I think it was him. We were watching the '94 Rumble and we were like, you know who this guy is? And he's pointing. That's the Latin Lover. I'm like, who the fuck is that? So I have no idea. And it's okay, cool.
I love it.
That might have been just in my dreams. 'Cause,
maybe
you know, Lunchbox is
Very
always in
possible.
everybody's dreams. It's fine.
he is. I still hear his voice. So
But yeah,
I miss
it
you,
was-
DJLV.
With the Latin Lover thing, it was so weird because he comes out with a sling, fights everyone off with one arm, and then they did a thing where Del Rio and Vikingo were on the cage, but the door's open. For some reason, they're climbing it, but they're climbing by the door, and Latin Lover tries to handcuff Del Rio to the rope, but because he only has the one arm in use, he messed it up the first time, so the handcuff didn't latch onto him, and he runs away, and someone has to point out that didn't work, so he ran back up the steps and locked him in the handcuffs, and then before Vikingo even got out, the handcuffs broke, and Del Rio just fell, so he just had to lay on the ground and just wait for Vikingo to win the match.
I love this. I love this on so many levels. It's just so wrestling to me, you know. But I'm here for it. Man, the only thing is missing is I know, and I don't know what's happened with it. I know, you know, our buddy Joe Dabrowski was doing the English commentaries when they're on Triller. I haven't seen that anywhere, and if anybody could tell me where that is, I'd love to see it. I don't know who's doing it. You know, I don't think he is anymore, but I'm, you know, I could be wrong. So I don't know. It's you know, it's peculiar. So you know, especially with what they've just done, I was like, aren't they doing this to make this more accessible for the rest of us?
Yeah.
You know, or maybe there just needs time to do that. But it just feels like you own this company. Obviously, it went through. Why aren't you putting resources in to make sure we can see it too? You know.
Yeah,
So-
that was my biggest issue with all
Like,
of it,
just
where
put it
it's
on the
like you've
network.
been promoting it on Worlds Collide of like,
Mhm.
oh, here's this big thing, here's all these cool new people you're going to see, and then it's like, let's make it the hardest thing possible for
Mhm.
someone in America to watch.
And Rizz, you just said put it on Netflix. Like
or not Netflix, but like just put it on the Peacock.
Put
it on Peacock.
Well, you do have. I mean, they have whatever agreements they may already have. Maybe they are on something. Maybe they're on Telemundo for all I know. Actually, I think they used to be, right? I feel like I remember Rizz and I would, or not Rizz, Chachi and I, when we were in high school, when I finally got like satellite dish and stuff, like we had Telemundo and we turned on some wrestling. I don't know if it was AAA or CMLL, honestly. It was I just knew it was Mexican wrestling, and we put it on and we left it on and that channel, and somehow we were laughing at the jokes that we didn't understand after leaving it on all night one time. So that kind of thing. So wow, I watched them a long time ago. So now I think about it, but
the whole event's on their AAA YouTube page.
Yes, I'm seeing that. It's about an hour 42 event. And as far as like playing on Peacock and stuff, like, they have rights to whatever, like I said, Max in Mexico has it. So I'm sure there's some, hang up there. Maybe it is Telemundo has it. Although if they have Telemundo, I think that's a Comcast company. So you can put it on the cock for that.
Like you don't even have to have the commentators there. Just have Conan come in and Corey in the studio and just call it out.
Kind of like the old Jim Ross. God, who was it? Jim Ross and somebody used to do that for the New Japan shows.
Wasn't it Josh Barnett?
Yeah,
it was Josh Barnett. Yeah, because he was at that one pay-per-view they did in California, like one of the first ones where Barnett.
Well, yeah, when he went to jump the rail at Jay White because Jim Ross got pushed over.
Oh my God!
He's like, I gotta kill him.
Yeah. Oh, it was wild. They were doing ridiculous stuff that night. It looked like so. But yeah, it's I think it might have even been live on Access or whatever it was at the time too. So they've got that figured out, and I'm sure it'll come. Honestly, like maybe it will be part of Netflix worldwide or something. Maybe they have to get because I would imagine, and I don't know for a fact, but I feel like this was probably in other I feel like AAA has to be on in other Spanish language places, right? So I think that could be part of it too. So I don't know. Who knows? It's still a mystery to me. I'm learning, and I love that there's like a door to new wrestling that's really interesting has been opened because of everything that's happening between CMLL, AAA, AEW, and WWE, obviously. So like it's just makes things more interesting, and there's more to play with, more toys to play with and view, and literally more toys to play with now because of puppet lizards like this. So before we move on, I do want to take a moment and give some shout outs to the people that are part of the reason why we are here in a hotel room in Adrian, Michigan, trying to do a podcast here on a Tuesday night before I have to go work on the Speedway tomorrow. Our friends at Patreon, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show, including our friends at the fan show of the show level. Oh, diggity! Woo! Ooh, his hand's a little better. Team Hammer Fist, Tupac family, Bubba Brewer of the Triple B Podcast and APWF, which is having a show this weekend in Indiana, Pennsylvania at the S&T Arena. We'll be streaming on our platforms. Jason French at the Poppy Club level, Dave Profa Ponner, Wrestling Trench Coat Kincaid, TruePrinceofPro, Matt Burch. Let's hear right now.
That's me.
Pizza Club level, the Rizz, which has written by there. That's me. And at the manager level, do we figure out you can do this?
No,
here,
I don't have
it's
it.
Bradley.
I don't have it.
Oh, Bradley.
It's somewhere.
No.
Just picture. I'll make up for
Use
it.
the theater of the mind to see Saturday Night Special giving a wedgie
Was it DD Vice? It was DD Vice.
Right? I think it was DD Vice. Listen. I know. I used to talk to Marcus Swift all the time, but when they're both in the ring, I have that. We've talked about the tag team blindness on this show, right? Like when there's a tag team, I can't tell the difference, even though I know them individually.
It's the worst. It happens every time on like 880 when like a new team comes in, and I'm just like, I don't know who this is. I can't find their social media. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like, I think this is their name.
Yeah, the Lucha Corey guys from the UK. No idea which was which. Can't tell you. Like, if somebody's been individual and then become a tag team, that's a lot easier for me to digest. Angel and Garza still screwed up. I had a problem with the Hardys for a while. I can't even tell you which ICP member was on a track for the longest time and when I first listened to them for a couple years. You know what I mean? So I don't know. They both have face paint. They kind of sound the same. Oh, wait, I guess there is different. Wait, who is this? Then to do collab tracks, and I'd be like, okay, who's this guy? Kind of thing. But that was early on. I figured it out by now. But anywho, and now I got to try to tell lizards apart. I mean, I'm screwed, guys. Mm-hmm. I'm so screwed. This is why I'm not on commentary. Oh, I'd screwed up so bad. I'd be so bad as commentary. So, side note, we had something where there was an emergency and the event organizer on Sunday left off, speeded off on a golf cart pointing at me. And I'm like, oh God, what does that mean?
What did you do? What did you do?
Well, I'm setting up for the live stream for this award ceremony at Baja. And one of the event organizers, local event organizers, comes over. It's like, he would like you to start the awards presentation. And I'm like,
why?
Technically, I can do that, but I have a live stream that I have to make sure is okay. So technically, I can't do that. Then he comes back, and like 2 minutes later, it turned out to be nothing. But he came right back, and he's like, dude, I can't do that. He's like, but you do a podcast. I do a podcast for them, and I'm just like, that's not the problem. The problem is I have a live stream to do for you to get this out that I've owed you guys, so I should have made Katie go up and do it, and I'll take the pictures. I should have just sent Katie. That should have been the answer.
Just give it to Katie.
Just done it. Dutters could have done it. Dutters is
make Dutters do
in front
everything.
Of 1,000 students and be like, "Hello, young peoples."
Sorg, just stay in the studio, just stay in the office, your hotel room, and just let Dutters do it.
Dutters doesn't know I'm giving her half the jobs this week.
Good.
So
make it more.
Well, I sent her to hey, go find a printer. We got to print out our parking pass for tomorrow. So she don't know this yet. This is a wrestling show, though, guys, and there's a lot more happening. There's a King of the Ring happening. Mm-hmm. Gunther is the new champion that I don't think we talked much about last week. Honestly, I don't know how we didn't. We did because there was a lot of sleeper holes that we're really excited about that. But
I mean, we can talk about the good things about.
Well, we can start with the great
we can start with the
King. Goldberg might finally have his chance. Oh, we lost Rizz. Oh no, where'd he go? He went off screen. Oh no!
He's gone.
I'm gonna widescreen.
Come back, Rizz.
Is he okay? He's got a hand on the face. Okay, Rizz, you're full screen now. I want to see this full. Oh my God, that look is so. Hi. You're not here for this?
No, I'm not.
Goldberg's gonna finally get his in Atlanta with Gunther, because apparently he was disrespected by Gunther in Atlanta before, which I don't recall. But apparently he does, because nobody holds grudges in wrestling.
Well, I think it was because Goldberg said his favorite wrestler was Bret Hart. Or no, wait, no, I'm thinking
Gunther.
Gunther said that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Gunther said that. Gunther said Bret Goldberg was his favorite. I think Gunther also said to Goldberg Bret Hart was his favorite.
Played both sides.
He played both sides on that one.
Oh man, Gunther is the true negotiator, obviously.
But yeah, I don't want this.
You're not happy about this, Rizz?
No,
you're not
I'm
good
not.
with this, Rizz? You're not good with this, buddy? Oh no.
I'm not happy with Bill Goldberg going in there and doing things in the ring at 60, whatever, or 58, whatever the hell he is. But when he came out, he was already limping to the ring, and I'm like, just you don't need to do this. You don't need to do this. You're one match back. Like when it was in Saudi was garbage. So it's fine. No more. Go. You play with your cars some more.
I mean, he's not at the spry age of a Ron Killings, 53 years old. He's 58. So
what? Are you excited for a Bill Goldberg Gunther match? No, you're not.
I mean, I kind of am, to be fair.
Matt, give Rizz the counterpoint. Why are you?
Well, see,
digging
it's
on
not
this?
really the most counterpoint. It's just the idea of Goldberg is fun to me, where it's just like, okay, I'm a pro wrestler. My move is spear, jackhammer, I win. That's all he does. So it's just like, oh, you put him up against another big guy, and then they just beat each other up for a bit. Doesn't gotta go long, 4 or 5 minutes,
No,
and then it'll be fun.
no.
Plus, the idea of Gunther trying to do the powerbomb to Goldberg that he always does, and then Goldberg might not be able to get up, that's pretty fun.
I mean, they're not even going to go to a commercial break in the middle of that.
Oh, not at all.
It's going to be in Atlanta.
It's a
They're trying to have a big
WWE
week.
speed match. That's what it's going to
It's a
be.
WWE speed match.
Wait, are they
You know
selling?
what? Can we put Goldberg with the speed title? Can we just do
Wait,
that?
Yes.
wait.
That's
Are
what
they
I want.
Are they selling Last Ride Goldberg merch? They are.
Yeah, he had a new shirt on Raw.
Oh, these look horrible.
Oh no! I'm going to shop and checking it out here. Do they have the Blizzards?
Why is his eye? Why are his eyes like that?
Oh, that's something. Oh, that is something.
What's
That is,
funny is the way
straight.
WWE shop does their merch. You ain't gonna get that shirt till after Goldberg's retired. So it's like, oh, here's his last ride. He's already gone.
Yeah, it's kind of like what we did with Ron Cena. Like he
Yeah.
was released right after that.
Yeah, this item will be shipped no later than July 18th. And again, that is
Hey, my
that's
birthday,
the
by the way.
latest. You could still get it in 2 weeks.
Hey,
you know, like
I mean, if you want to get that for my birthday, it's no
you
later.
do that for
than-
your birthday. You want
no
to
later
You just said you didn't like
birthday?
it.
I don't like it at all.
Okay, add what size are you with?
Way too
One
big
X?
for this.
You want 2x? Oh, okay. What 2x?
Sure.
Okay, they want to add that to cart. Didn't we give you like a 4x one time for some reason?
No, it was the No Mercy tournament.
Yes, and we're just
Was
like,
it,
here.
was it
and they're
that?
like,
Was it that
"Here,
one? Yeah, it was that
swim
one.
in this, sir.
Yeah,
Anywho.
yeah, that was fun. But this is only going to be fun if for those 5 minutes, Gunther just wins.
By the way, we have some
wins
shout outs
big.
in the chat room around the Wrestling Mayhem Show YouTube. Eve, Riot Girls of Wrestling, just wanted to send a shout out to TruePrinceofPro. And
Thank you.
plus for
Toddy
for all the
Thunderis in the
rumors.
chat.
Plus for all the rumors. What's that? Who is?
Toddy.
A Toddy.
The pink cap
Toddy,
of T-Pop is iconic.
Oh, thanks,
Yes.
Toddy.
I can always find you in the crowd, Matt.
Yep, that's my
plus for-
Ziggy Haim shirt or hat.
Yes. For all the rumors, this is Goldberg's swan song. Let him have his moment and let Gunther get his from Goldberg match. It's all good. I'll be watching All In, but I'll catch it after. Yeah, we're gonna be watching All In anyways,
that's
right?
true.
Let's say. I mean, did they really talk it into not watching All In instead of this? Although it's probably gonna be done by the time the show comes on anyways.
That's
But
true.
you know, I mean, you're probably gonna be skipping Great American Bash instead and watching All In. Let's be honest. So you know, I don't mind that a show got canceled that I was supposed to do, so that I can watch All In. So we're gonna have a weekend of wrestling on the 12th. It's great. It's great, guys. It's great. We'll probably do Top Rope Tabletop that weekend. I don't know. I think it's scheduled. I don't know. I have to check my stuff. I don't know. I have a lizard on my shoulder in Michigan. What do I know what's going on?
And Sorg, were you talking about the UK promotion, Eve Riot Girls of Wrestling?
I don't know. That's the account name. So is a UK promotion talking to us?
I don't know. Tina Keys is questioning.
Asking questions. Oh, hold on. I'm going to find out in a second. But we'll figure that out. I'm going to channel, and yes, this looks like a wrestling
Hey.
channel. Oh my God, there's music and it auto plays, and I'm
Of course
loving
it
their
auto-plays.
their music's pretty great. And subscribe. Okay, there you go.
But yeah, other than that,
mhm.
and I know Matt, you really wanted to talk. You were actually really interested in the King and Queen of the Ring tourneys.
Oh yeah, this has been like one of the most fun tournaments for me personally, because like I see people complaining online about like, oh, there's run-ins for this and that and that. I love the chaos, so just the idea of like, okay, we're gonna do a tournament, first round, fatal four-way matches, and they're just like throwing in these big names, and it's just like, now let's just see what happens. And then it's just like, oh, now Seth's got his group's getting screwed over by LA Knight, so they screw over LA Knight. It's like, that stuff's fun to me. Just all the different weaving in the storylines.
It's very comic book, isn't it? Right. So
Yeah.
like, I think it's really cool. Like the matches have been fire. Like most of those 4-ways have been fire. Right.
Yeah.
They're like, it's so unpredictable for the most part. Although I think I'm on the Jey Uso's going to run the table kind of side and get back on
I don't
Gunther
know.
at SummerSlam.
I mean,
I'm thinking, I really think I don't know who else is in that spot right now.
So-
but it-
So you're
Go
gonna
ahead.
have
Mhm.
him lose to Gunther,
It's a series, man. It's a back
and
forth.
then you're gonna have
Dude, they're
Goldberg
even.
just for the Goldberg match.
We have a Goldberg interlude, and then you get to cheer on Jay through King and Queen in the ring, or King of the Ring, and we can have he all of a sudden converts from main event Jay to King Jay, wins the belt, and then
The
the King
Yeet
stuff
King.
goes to his head.
Yeah.
The Yeet King, man, come on! The merch writes itself at that point.
It probably
Like, let's
is.
do
There's
this.
probably a Yeet sign with a crown on top of the on top of the
will be
Y,
next week.
like crooked on the Y.
Bro,
like,
we're gonna have Cody and Jay that will obviously end in a screw job of some sort to get
course.
Jay over.
and
to the
then
next
Sammy
step
and
here.
Sammy versus Randy,
Sammy and
which is
Dude.
you know high
I mean,
intensity with
does
carrying
he
cross.
fight his friend again? Does he fight his friend Sammy again,
Yeah.
or does he take up the almost unbeatable Orton? Right? Like, where do you
and
go
then
with
carrying
that?
cross comes in and screws
And
Sammy.
probably screws the whole thing up, right?
So that would mean Randy Orton is in another finals for the King of the Ring.
which is he got screwed
Well-
out of last year, right?
Mhm.
See, the way I was looking at it, though, since the finals is in Saudi, and the way they did the brackets, where it's like, oh, the semifinals, Raw versus SmackDown, Raw versus SmackDown. The only reason you do that is if 2 Raw people or 2 SmackDown people are in the finals.
Mhm.
Really?
So that's why I was thinking it's going to be Sammy versus Jay in the finals.
I'm not even thinking brands at this point, though. I mean, I think.
But, like, why would they have to do that to set the bracket up that way? If anything, they could have just still done Randy and Cody on one side and then Jay and Sammy on the other for semifinals.
I think the surprise is you get Jay and Cody at this level instead of like at the final in the pay-per-view, because you get to. I think it kind of depends on what the story is going to be, right? Obviously, we're supposing they're like, to get to here, we're going to get here first.
Mhm.
Like, I think it's juicier to put that on one of the shows right now and do that. Oh man, they're buddies. Are they going to be okay? And then the idea of them also doing potentially like I'm saying Jay's going because Cody's not winning this thing to get back at John. He's going to get at him some other way. But I think you do Jay with his buddy Cody. He gets over, and then you either have his buddy Sammy or you have Randy, who still doesn't like him.
Mhm.
Last I knew, Randy was like not over his involvement with Bloodline, right? So
Yeah.
like either who got screwed up last year, so he's got chip on his shoulder on top of a chip on his shoulder. Either way, it's a great story to put in the desert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's worthwhile. So like I'm not. I don't think you're Raw SmackDown. Personally, I think it's more about those stories than the Raw versus SmackDown guys. It's just like these are the pieces, and this is where we wanted to land with them.
Well, see, for
yeah.
me personally, I've been pushing that I think Sammy's winning the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Just
That'd be
because
Because
with-
it is in Saudi.
Well,
Saudi Arabia.
not only that, but with the way they've been building up, oh, Sammy, you've never won the title. You've
Mhm.
never won it. And Seth was like, oh, I'll let you go to SmackDown to go challenge that title. And he said, no, I'm not going. I'm staying here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that he's going to win, face Gunther at SummerSlam. They have history with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Seth in the background. He's got the briefcase.
Uh-huh.
Could either cost him there or steal the belt from him right
This is-
after he wins
so-
it. Be like,
Seth
nope,
has
Sammy doesn't get it.
Sammy has the 5-minute
Yeah.
championship. To say he has
Does
a
the-
championship.
Dan O'Brien.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
then
I
it makes sense because
Yep.
Rumble next year's in Saudi.
Mhm.
Sammy can win the
Oh, shit.
Rumble,
I
and
forgot
then
they're
we
doing
get
that.
Sammy and Seth at WrestleMania.
Oh my god, I forgot
Mhm.
that's a thing. That's
So Now the thing is, and I get what you're saying, Matt, but I see it a different way. I see the cash in coming. I see the cash in coming, but not for that match.
Mm-hmm.
I see it coming to screw over CM Punk.
Oh,
because the whole thing with Seth's delusional, or not delusion, the whole thing with Seth is he wants to ruin Punk.
yeah.
So why not just screw over Punk in Saudi Arabia? He's traveling all this way. He's being a hypocrite. Yeah.
Yes.
He's doing all this other stuff just to get screwed out of the title by Seth Rollins.
Yep.
Are you really gonna take the belt off of Cena right before SummerSlam? Like, what does he do then?
Depends on the story.
Because
Yeah,
he'd
no,
still be a
Raw
bad guy
Ron
at that
killings.
point if
You're-
Seth
you're-
screws him.
You're
Your
building
big
him
blow
back
off
up.
with Ron killings. Yep. And you could do so many interesting things with John. I want the last show, the last day. I want the John Cena bum rush to get that belt off of him. An attitude area.
Mhm.
You know what? You're in a
Just
gauntlet
everyone
or
beat him
this,
up.
and it's
Yeah.
nothing. And then I guess we don't have Money in the Bank. Maybe it is, but that's when Seth cashes in as the last ditch, and then now Seth has saved WWE from the terror of John Cena and holds it over everybody's heads, and leads to something really cool at Mania. Like, who knows? Or Cody gets it back. Who knows? Like, maybe it's all something.
Everybody
that
in this
we can all get
tournament,
by.
like, if you look at everybody in this tournament, Sammy has issues with not winning the big one. Randy is chasing John Cena. Cody is lost to John Cena. Jay is trying to get back to winning the title.
You don't know where it's gonna go.
Yeah, you don't know where it's going.
It's
You know
just
where
the whole
it's going.
thing. It's
But
tangled as my audio cords in this bin over here.
I've been told we are missing an elephant in the room, but I'm not
Or
sure
a
what
lizard
it
on the
is yet.
shoulder.
I asked if that was the iguana
Right there.
on your shoulder, but it's not. Tina was asking about that. So you can, but yeah, I mean it's that tournament just storyline alone is fun. The women's bracket seems a lot of fun as well.
More
Like,
open-ended than I can tell.
Alexa versus Asuka next round.
Mm-hmm.
Jade versus Roxanne next round. Yes, and yes. Yes.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I am here for it. Well, on that note, there's a lot going on this week. A
lot.
And a lot locally and on indiewrestling.us. So I want to make sure we do a highlight of that before we head out here. First of all, obviously 880 Wrestling has a free show once again. Rizz, you're going to be there for that, helping out. It's our training show. It's 880's training show. And a lot week to week happening there. I know Matt, you are a very cool part of that helps us get a lot of clips out on the show on social media, and we appreciate that.
I try to be. When I can.
So, yes, absolutely. Definitely really, really cool that they get those out. And man, they interact a lot with those clips and everything out there. So, like, my God, every time I get tagged with a collaborator from some guy named John, I know everybody's going to be mad at it. For instance, like, I just hit a button before the show for this promo he put out because he took out Sandy Suntimer last week, and us already blowing up as we were starting the show. So, also, RWA has some stuff, Renegade Wrestling Alliance. I'm going to go double check that. I know they did swap out Jack Hager, Swagger.
Jake Hager.
He's not going to be a part of it anymore. Jake Hager, yes. But they are bringing back once again. Rizz's buddy Enzo is going to be there.
His name is Real One.
Real One. Is that what it is this week?
You say Rizz's friend's name correctly.
I'll say Rizz's friend's name correctly. Yes.
You can teach that.
They'll be taking on the Revenue, the former Rev Ron Hunt. So that will be fun, and whatever's going on there situation. What else they got announced over there? Glenn Spector, Super Hentai. That's going to be a nice old school one.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool. Jim Lamar has been doing some really good videos because those are guys that have been around for like 20, 30 years. So there's a lot of history there. Brandon Day is going to debut that we know from NWA Exodus. That's a big time dude that we've been seeing up there. So again, really cool stuff. That's going to be Saturday on the network, and then APWF will be Sunday. Allied Powers Wrestling Federation. Our friend Bubba Brewer, his promotion out there, and I know, like I said, Rhino's going to be a part of that. Spencer Slade from the NWA is going to be part of that. Just double checking. It's actually going to be Bill Collier and Gorgeous Gregory, who's another great talent. So excited to see that. Rhino is going to be taking on Vince Balor, who I think is from the Buffalo area, if I'm not mistaken. And again, they got some really decent talent. Ava Brooks, that's been a recent friend of the show, is going to be on the card. And, a lot of the faces that we're used to over there. So, Cristiano Argento, the former Mambo Italiano, is taking on Cowpoke Paul on this show I just saw. So it's going to be fun. They put on a really good show out there.
I'm just going to tell you right now, APWF is one of those booker's dreams where you're just like,
a little bit.
Every month it's going to be something different. I know we had, I think the one I did had, I think it was the first time it was Collier and Slade.
Mm-hmm.
Which
by the way,
amazing.
I gotta give a word out for that Spencer Slade Bill Collier match at Big League a couple weeks ago. It's on our VOD. They did like 25 minutes. Oh my god! I was the sole videographer on that one, right? And okay, Rizz, you've shot wrestling. You know that thing where you're just like, okay, we're going, and like, okay, rest hold. I can rest too, right? These guys went. Those are Bill Collier's a big dude, muscle dude, 6 foot, 5, 6 maybe. He's like a bit taller than me. Spencer Slade's a honking dude too. They went at it. It is one of the best big man matches I have seen, and I don't even know how long. They just went nonstop. It was crazy. And then the greatest heel turn at the end. It just blew my mind what they pulled off with that match. Big League Pro Wrestling. Spencer Slade is the champion up there, so it was a championship match. So it was Bill just like trying to get his, you know what I mean? It's Patriot Games is the show. It's on IndieWrestling.us. Man, I was so happy with that match. Didn't recommend anybody to do it. I'm hoping we can do something with it, more publics later or something. But man, for now, go check that out. It was a really good show. It was one of the best big league shows since the brand change that I think they've done, honestly. So Tiffany Neves was there with Katie Arquette. Was a great match. So like there's a lot of bangers on that show. So there was a EC3 couldn't make it, so there was a handicap match with J Rock and a couple guys I can't recall at the moment against Joe Keys. Joe Keys laid out after taking the Pretty Boy Smooth's finisher for about 15 minutes of the intermission.
Oh, that's great.
So, like, Chuck Roberts went out and poked him. Like, I'm kind of like, you okay, buddy? You know, I'm just
Wait,
like,
did he call him
went
buddy?
to the back.
Did he call him buddy?
Oh yeah, he definitely called him Buddy Power or something.
Okay.
I mean, it's Chuck Roberts we're talking about, right? So,
That's
how
you
we
said
go.
you talked to him. You said buddy.
There was a it's a Comic-Con announcement for Rikishi turned into a table spot. It was a great fun show. I love going to Erie for wrestling. Oh yeah, it's on the internet. You know, it's a thing. Like the lady that runs the Comic-Con was there, and she was pregnant. You know, it was a lot of stuff. I know if this is RWA, she would have gotten a power driver, obviously.
This sounds just as crazy as what I was saying happened at TripleMania.
Matt, I know you go to a lot of independent wrestling. There's more. It gets crazier. So you need to take a trip to Detroit with me sometime. Anyhow, got it. Also, side note: has anybody seen this bit with Frio? Sent me some video that he did of Horror Slam last weekend. I'm going to see Frio here in a couple days. Rhino against Beastman. First of all, great.
I mean, yes.
Let's do it, right? And it involved a bear trap. Let that sink in. So I'll leave it with that.
I'm scared.
Matt, thank you so much for joining us. TruePrinceofPro on the social medias, Blue Sky. Twitter, X,
Somewhere.
whatever it is.
Just Google it. It might
Thank
show
you
up.
Thank you so much for supporting independent wrestling, especially our shows that we do, and getting those out there in front of people. So, are you holding a light over me? Katie just walked. She's holding another light over me. You can see the glare.
Just dramatic lighting on you now.
You good? Thank you. Now I'm blind. All right, I'll find the button to get out of here somehow. So, anyways, thank you so much for joining us, Rizz. Thank you for all you do as well.
Sorg.
Yes.
Matt, what did you learn this week in wrestling?
Oh God! Oh my God! That's from the show.
This
We
is
learned
the
stuff.
This is the actual show. Why am I doing your job?
You're the host now, Rizz.
I'm the host now.
Because
Look at
I'm
me.
so tired and I don't know what state I'm in, and I have a damn lizard on my shoulder.
What the lizard learn? That's the real question.
Yeah, what did the iguana learn, Sorg?
Today, the iguana learned how fun it is to take a ride on a backpack. And I let him drive for a little bit, too. Katie confirms. So, I learned that a bear trap can be used in wrestling. That's what I learned. Thank you, Frio, for that. And lizards are cool.
But Matt, what did you learn in wrestling this week?
Okay. Well, I learned this week that sometimes independent wrestling promotions book specifically for me, and I really appreciate that. I don't know if anyone saw the previous, or was it like 5 days ago or whatever, that Enjoy Wrestling announced at their next show that Andrew Palace is wrestling LJ Cleary, who wrestles in Ireland, and he's been in the States now for about 6 months, and he's staying now down here. I've been watching that guy wrestle for about since 2018, I think. He's literally been like one of my favorite wrestlers over there. Never thought I'd see him get to wrestle in anywhere near me. Literally when he announced where he was like, oh, I'm now here in the US forever or whatever for his permanent thing, I literally was like, tagged every promotion nearby. I was like, can someone please book this man here? I would like to see him. And then Enjoy Wrestling did that within like 2 months later. So I really appreciate that.
He was at that last Exodus show. They had him in a 4-way. He was a lot of fun. And seemed like a really cool guy. My brief interaction with him. So, I'm glad to see him I'm glad to see him at Enjoy, and I can't wait to go check that out. I'm sure Rizz will be there too. July 5th, Enjoy Wrestling. And some really cool, I think, announcements are going to be coming up soon for that too.
They just announced a 6-man tag for tonight. Fashionista Street Fight.
Mystery.
Yep, Runway and a Mystery Person versus the Best Business Bureau, Darius Carter and the Kings of the District.
I feel like knowing Exodus, or knowing Enjoy Wrestling, it'll just be a guy in a suit with a question mark, just like they show in the graphic. So it was like a really good vacant mystery image. I was just very interested about that. So, anyways. Very cool. Rizz, what'd you learn from us?
I am actually going to do the chat room since Sorg is
please, because I don't have
the
a chat
host
room
anymore.
Right. No.
Tina learned that it's almost G1 climax time, and after the NJWP, after New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion, Bullet Club is dying a slow, agonizing death.
Oh no!
I haven't watched it. And Podner learned that Nyla is celebrated in West Virginia.
Got a proclamation in Morgantown, West Virginia.
Yep. By the way, go to VCW, please, Nyla.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Is Nyla doing indies?
I don't know. Probably. I don't know.
Somebody, Rizz, can you know the booker over at VCW? Can you just drop him that message? You know,
he just yells at me a lot.
Now co-sign. He yells at everybody. Come on.
I know. He threw a chair at me at one point.
He's throwing a chair at everybody, man.
But did you deserve it? That's the question.
Yeah, probably.
He threw a chair at that guy at GCW after he tripped over it. You know, like stuff like that.
Yeah, why did he put this chair there? Why did
you don't mess with the venue chairs, bro. I don't care what decade or what prehistoric era you're from.
Yep, and I learned that Xavier Woods is the nerdiest wrestler in history of WWE. He dressed dressed as Also, I think this weekend was like the anniversary of Up Up Down Down.
Yep, 10 years of Up Up Down Down.
Mm-hmm. But in the background of a meeting, I guess, of a background segment,
He was a walk by. Yeah.
He was dressed as Silky Johnson from the Chappelle Show, the Players Haters Ball, and it took everything out of that entire promo. The entire walkout is just, oh wait, there's Xavier Woods dressing
it was
like a weirdo.
Becky Lynch walking by or something.
Yeah, it was for a storyline.
It was Bailey.
Yeah, it was for a good storyline.
I love it. Oh no! What do I do?
Oh no!
What do I do? How do I do it? Go away! Stop! Hold on. There we go. Put in the preview. Sorry, I bumped it.
We back?
Yeah, we back.
Oh,
But yes, but yeah, of course it was Bailey though.
Yeah.
Woods probably told her that was going to happen. It's like, okay, that's fine. Sorg.
It's Lizard's bedtime. We have to end the show now.
Is that why the lights are off?
Oh, so we need to name them. We also need the sun went down. You got the big light turned off. We need to name them. And so go to Wrestling Mayhem Show's Facebook group. And somebody started a thread that says, "What do we name the lizard?" The Mayhem Lizard.
Lunchbox.
No, we already have a lunchbox. We have a lunchbox at home. Oh, the light's on. Hey, look, there's lights in here. So, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Mayhem out.
Just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.
We'll see you next week. Mayhem out.
Just
Maybe.
wait. Just
Maybe.
wait. Just
Maybe.
wait.
I don't even know.
Just wait.
I don't know why.
Please
Why
wait.
isn't this going?
Just wait.
Just wait.
Your
wait.
call is very important to us.
Just, oh, there.